Hi, my name is Craig, and today I'm going to demonstrate how to get started using MojoJS, a customizable JavaScript framework. Now, the repository we're going to be using today contains a few very nice utilities that will help us create a very clean, organized code base. Those utilities require Node.js, so if you don't already have that installed, you should probably head over to nodejs.org and follow the installation process. Once you've installed Node.js, you can go ahead and download the zip file from the Mojo starter repository, open that file up, and then double click the server. Now, this file is going to do a few things. The first thing it's going to do is install all the dependencies required for this application to run. The second thing it's going to do is start the build server. Now, this is going to take just a little while, so I'll go ahead and just describe a little bit about what this repository contains. So I'm going to go ahead and open up Sublime, my favorite IDE. You can obviously use whatever you want. I'm going to go ahead and point to that directory I just downloaded. Now, this directory contains a few notable things. App contains all your application source code. Build contains your bundled application. It takes all your files and bundles it up into app.min.js. Package.json contains a description of your application, including dependencies and any scripts that might help in the development process. Now, the JS directory contains an entry file. This file is the first thing that gets loaded into the application. It creates your application, and then it appends that app to whatever element you want. In this case, we're appending it to the document body. The index.js contains everything that's required for the application to run. It can be any module we want. In this case, we have a mediator, which is a nice sort of event bus system that allows us to pass messages to other parts of the application. The router takes the browser location and translates that to application state. This also includes whenever a user clicks a link, for instance. Whenever a user clicks a link, that gets to the application router, which then gets translated to application state. So it gives your page or application some navigation. The models represent data, right, which usually gets displayed in the application. Views represent models. And then paperclip represents views. Now, paperclip is the template engine that we're going to be using. You can use handlebars, HTML bars, React, Angular, anything you want. Lines 12 through 16 are application-specific modules, so this is our application itself. Line number 19 initializes our application. It's going to take our main view, our root view, render it into a document fragment, and then append that document fragment to the element we passed in the initialize method. Now, this main file is actually defined in the views directory. If we look at this file here, you'll notice that we're registering it as a global view component. We can define any number of view components we want to reuse in other parts of our application. Say, for instance, we want to add a date picker. We can easily do that. Or maybe a menu component. Maybe a confirm. So that's generally the purpose of this file. Now, the main view is, like I said, our root view. It contains two files. One, a view controller, our index.js file, which describes how the view should behave, and it also describes what template engine or templates it should use. In this case, we're defining paper, which asks for a paperclip template. Now, we're pointing to this index.pc file, which contains our markup, and this describes or displays all the information from the view controller, and then also takes any sort of user interaction and then relays it back to the view controller. So with that said, we should be able to run our application with just the main view. So if we go back to our terminal window, we'll notice that it's prompting us to open up localhost 8085. So we'll simply just copy this URL and then go over to Chrome and then paste it in our browser. it's going to bundle our application source code into app.min.js and then display that result to us. So here's what we got. Welcome Craig, welcome Jeff. So that's everything you need in order to get started using MojoJS. If you're looking for extended documentation on how to use models or the router or the mediator, I encourage you to go onto mojojs.com/docs for additional information. Thanks for watching.